Shalom, Makim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to tie this lesson. Miracles will be needed. We're in a time where judgment is about to be overwhelming. And it's finna be on high. And there's nothing carnal that we can do to get out of in a situation Yahweh Shema Shai is about to bring forth. Pretty much that's why we're being reduced to hope. But in that hope, to be delivered and be preserved is pretty much it's not a light statement, because faith, we want to actually see, being activated, man, to believe really the unbelievable, pretty much like the elder brother Ram says, to believe the unbelievable, because we're in a time where there's going to have to take divine intervention, man. Miracles will have to be needed in these times, man. So let's start off with this in the book of Daniel 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people. See? So even this scene that we're coming upon, the time of Jacob's trouble, where all hell break loose, you're going to have pretty much the angels involved. Michael the archangel. The angels is going to be involved. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. See, so it's going to be a time that cannot be compared to any time, in history, man, that happened on the planet Earth. So concerning this famine that's about to take place, this is going to be a great famine, man. That no one has ever seen the like. The pestilences, the sword. From these modern day guns, these weaponry. The Esau and his technology. How the way this war is going to play out. Concerning this third world war, of course, it's going to have to take a miracle for us to escape that judgment, man. Matter of fact, before we go back to Daniel, let's get that. Matter of fact, in the book of Job, the 5th chapter, Job 5, and in verse 19, it says, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles." See. And that's concerning the time that we are approaching these troubles, man. Pretty much the time of Jacob's troubles, man. Where these plagues are set to take place on the earth at its height, of the highest degree, man. But the key word says he's going to deliver us. Our Lord Yahweh said that you read the book of Revelation, the 3rd chapter. It tells you our Lord Yahweh is going to keep us from the hour of temptation, man. We ain't got no formula for that shit, man. How this devil's going to come down and try to starve you out, and the power going to be cut off, the water's going to be cut off, and there's going to be rationing food. Certainly there's going to be a lot of restrictions. Without that thing, how the hell you going to be kept? It's going to have to be from on high, man. That's why our Lord Yahweh said he's going to keep us from that hour of temptation. So it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. See? So, which is that 7th trumpet being blown, which is really the destruction. We have to be out of here before we have to be plucked up out of this place before that takes place, man. But who's going to have his hand in it? Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, matter of fact, continue on. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. See? It's going to be the Lord, man. It's not like because we had so many beans stocked up that we, was kept, we had a formula to be kept to the missiles calm. No, man. The Lord is going to feed us, man. It says, and in war from the power of the sword. See? This devil coming down with great wrath. Tells when he come in like a flood. It says, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. See? And that lets you know that it's really the Lord going to have to put a certain spirit on us, man. Because why do you even have to say that you shall not be afraid when destruction cometh? Because it's gonna be scary, man. We in the flesh, that's why even our Lord Yahweh said, let not your hearts be afraid. When you read in the book of St. John, the 14th chapter, concerning the Comforter, the Lord give us peace in our minds, so let our hearts let not our hearts be troubled, because we coming into some troublesome times. But that cheat code tells you the strength of our salvation is having His wisdom and knowledge, man. And the Lord is going to do He is going to get His hands dirty, so to speak, by intervening in men's affairs, pretty much preserving and covering the elect in the times of in these evil times, man. It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. So what kind of condition, what kind of state you will be in the midst of a great famine, in the midst of a great destruction? The spirit on you is laughter. Well, that's your how by Shema Shai. That just shows that's divine intervention. An entity from on high have to be involved, man. It says, neither shall thou be afraid. It's like it says, neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. See? So, was these animals going to be loose? That's why it's going to be a time like no other. It's not just going to be one event that's going to get the center stage, concerning these plagues. It's going to be the famine happening. These animals on loose, tells the bees going to change their place. When that power go out, those zoo animals going to get loose, as well as these animals from the wilderness, as well as newly created creatures. Like I said, the famine, the pestilences, Esau and his wrath and his military might. These are the things that's going to happen upon the planet Earth. And the only way to escape is in the art, this spiritual art, man. So, matter of fact, let's go back to the book of Daniel, chapter 12, in verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to this same time. So this is a time that cannot be compared to any time in history. Yeah, you can have a gauge. You could go look back into 70 AD. Certain famines that have taken place. It's a gauge, but it's gonna far outdo what the Lord is gonna do in this lifetime, man. And in those times, it was certain men, they was pretty much preserved, carnally, whether they had food stocked up, they was able to trust in their sword, the weapons. They had a certain carnal formula to escape, that situation, whatever time point in history it may be. But in this time, it's going to be the mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai, especially concerning this place, America, man. because we, especially this land is going to be totally desolate. So either we're here, either you know, uh, to be delivered or to be destroyed, man. That's why we're reduced to hope, and that's why there's need be for divine intervention. It's a need for it, man. Cause ain't no other way. That's why I says, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, and that's the elect. The ones that has been predestined from the foundations of the earth, and it's gonna be made known by the way of these miraculous escapes. The Lord is gonna do, man, for the elect, man. So matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Isaiah, the 59th chapter. Because miracles gotta take place, man. It is needs for it, man. Because there's nothing carnal we could do to come up against this devil. This man, I say he brought forth his military. We seeing this famine coming abroad. This man and his charagma, and the only way to continue in this system of, to do business in any type of move, where you gotta have that charagma. So of course, there's gonna be a need for divine intervention. That's why faith that's not a light word, man. Because it gonna get to the point where we have to matter of fact, let's just read it. Let's just get it. Isaiah 59 verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, and Esau is going to come in like a flood, an overwhelming military presence. It's going to be overwhelming, man. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. See? So, as you can see, Yahweh Shema Shai stepped in. He pretty much rolled his sleeves up and got his hands dirty, intervened, in man's affairs. When this devil try to come in and try to swallow us up, matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Psalm 124. When this man try to come and swallow us up, Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Who else? What else, man? That's why it's gonna be a need for miracles. Psalm 124 and 1. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now make Israel safe. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. See? So if it wouldn't be for Yahweh Shema Shai, man, we'll be swallowed up quick, man. We would have been finished, man. And that's how we know that pretty much this word is mercy, man. And it's going to grow. See, we just in the beginning stages of that mercy, man. That mercy is about to grow. We seeing it, how the Lord, he have, cleansed our way. You see the difference in our walk, our decisions. And then we're going to see it on the next step when the Lord started to intervene. When these miracles began to happen, man. When we're being preserved from this devil. It says, then the waters had overwhelmed us. See, that's that flood. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. See, to let you know it's talking about Esau. Because that word is a stigma that comes with this devil, pride. He said, blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. See? So it really is in the hands of the Lord. When you read the book of Thessalonians, it tells you the Lord have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation, man. That's the power we're dealing with. It's the Lord that appoints wrath in life, man. So who else could we go to concerning this matter but Yahweh Shem Yahushua? It says, our souls is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we are escaped, see? And ultimately, the climax to the escaping is us actually, like a bird, fly out of this place by the way of our Lord Yahweh returning and gathering his elect, you know? So going back to Isaiah 59, Salakia. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And when you go into that word standard, it goes into to flee, to escape. You know, it says one of those words was to take flight, and also one was to disappear, man. But that's where that faith come in at, which is examples where within the scriptures where men, the Lord have had the men to disappear. When you read the story of Elisha concerning that great Syrian host that went after him, it tells you the Lord blinded that host so Elisha could escape. You know, even our Lord Yahweh tells you when they was trying to, I believe they was trying to stone him, or throw him over the mountain. It tells you that he hid himself and went through the midst of them, meaning he disappeared, man. So those are just examples that let us know there's no cap with Yahweh Shema. So you can't put the Lord in a box. And it might come down to the point where there's going to be your only hope. You just disappear when the troops don't see you. You know? So miracles are must need be, man. So matter of fact, I got two more precepts. Let's get this in the book of Psalms 71 and verse Psalm 71 and I started at 1. It says, in thee, O Lord, Yahweh Shai, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. See, and we put our trust in the Lord by believing in the report, trusting in the doctrine. It says, and that's why I said, let me never be put into confusion till we're not going to be ashamed in the evil day. Because we're going to see the profit of having his word, man, which we see in that. That's why we in it. But it's gonna manifest. It's gonna grow by the way of these miracles taking place. It said, "Deliver me in thy righteousness, and cause me to escape." See, it's the Lord that's gonna cause us to escape. It's not we had a bad formula. We had a blueprint just in case the troops come in and surround our house, or we got a formula. You know what I mean, for the famine. You know, it's going to be Yahweh Shema Shai is going to cause us to escape. He says, incline thy ear unto me and save me. See? Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. So the Lord commanded really to save the elect, man. That's a commandment. He tells He's giving charge over His angels to keep us. We're going to see that, man. Which it starts now by the way of us having His word. But it's going to grow, man. You know? See, we already escaped this devil by the way of, you know, from his philosophies, the ideologies of this place. You know? The next step is being preserved from this man, his wrath, you know, from his military, the plagues, you know, concerning the beasts of the field, the pestilences, that famine, all the way up to this war, and that's going to be the climax of it, which I'll wrap it up with this in the book of St. Matthew chapter 24. Because you know, a nigga might, you know, say, well, you might have a formula for all those things, the famine, the pestilence, you know, this and that. But what about the answers for those missiles, man? Oh, that's why I tell you also, even in Amos, you shall flee from a lion, a bear meet you. You run into a house, and ultimately the serpent gonna get you with that serpent. It's gonna be those missiles. You might be able to escape everything else, but the missiles, how can you escape that? Which that's gonna be the ultimate miracle, because that's the climax of existence when our Lord Yahweh shall return, man. You know, where He's gonna deliver His elect. So this is St. Matthew 24 and 29. It says immediately after the tribulation. See, so this is the climax of it. After when there's a certain period of time when that charisma is going to be mandated, it's going to have its course. What it says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. See, and that's concerning this destruction, man. Out of all this shit that's going to happen upon the planet Earth, the Lord's going to top it off by the way of that destruction, World War III. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all of the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. See, that's the climax. The return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. It said, and He shall send His angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together His elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. See, and that's going to be the climax to those miracles, actually being delivered and plucked up from that destruction, man, being kept from this place. So of course, miracles is a need, man. We got to get prepared for it, because it's going to have to be a must. Or even tell you that when you read the book of Ephesians concerning the armor of the Most High, before you go on the battlefield, it says above all taking the shield of faith, because it's going to get to the point where things that it's going to have to take an entity from on high to step in to preserve us from these things. That's Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So yeah, I just hope to be edifying. I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash. I like to give the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches the word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA, a Bible Bow. Soon, very soon.